So in this series, we're exploring how to help your organization understand the value of Scrum. You've run a couple of experiments. How do you demonstrate the value? Well, there's a very, very clear and simple way to do it. Just because it's simple doesn't mean it's easy, by the way. And that is done. Now, if your organization doesn't have a definition of done, go and talk to your change and release people. Go and talk to the operations people who implement your product in production. Go and talk to the people who get your product to your customers or clients. They'll tell you what needs to happen to get your product in a deliverable state. That's your definition of done. When you regularly show done increment, so what do we mean by increment? A done version of a product. When you show the next version of the product at the standard where your customer can use it, that is magic stuff. Because you're cutting out that long tail that, okay, we've finished this phase. It has to go through 40 sets of hands before we can give it to our customer. Or we finished, it's done. In the same way that you see in a kitchen, once you hear that bell or the chef say service, you know that that dish is ready to be given to a customer. And that ties into done as well. At the very minimum, it's do no harm. And then you have to tap into your business strategy. Are you a fast food place or are you a Michelin restaurant? If you're a fast food place, there's a slightly different nuances to what we're expecting from a Michelin star restaurant. Probably higher volume, different style of flavors. It's not going to be fancy named, but it's going to fill you. Rare occasions I've been to a really good restaurant, it's exquisite. The food is amazing, but the portions are smaller because the amount of work that's gone into them to create and engage the flavor combinations isn't enormous. So you need to make sure you understand your business proposition, get stuff to done, and do that regularly. Regular, consistent delivery builds trust. Trust builds confidence. You're demonstrating to your leadership, you're managing your risk, you're taking their investment seriously, and you're giving them return on investment. If you do that, like a small glow, it'll spread through the business because people will say, yeah, I like the way that works. That's really useful. And that's why Agile has grown constantly, continually, and consistently. Hey, but what if it doesn't work? That's okay. Not every organization needs to do Scrum or Agile. You can't grow a cactus in a rainforest or an orchid in a desert. And so if you run your experiments or it becomes impossible to get things done, or there's huge amounts of resistance, maybe Agile and Scrum isn't right for that organization. And then that's up to you. That's a choice, right? But while you're there, your invitation is to see what you can do to make your org a little bit better. And even a little bit better means that you're still doing things in an agile way. You're improving, you're learning. Sometimes that's good enough.